I want you all to imagine a scenario. Let's say you are someone who has finally decided to be dedicated to improving your health. You go online to research nutritious foods to better your diet, and you search for an effective workout plan. Despite this conceptually easy task, you find yourself drowning in a plethora of contradictory content, and all of this understandably overwhelms you. This massive flood of information leaves you confused, intimidated, and thinking, maybe I'll try again one day. For many of you, this may not be an imaginary scenario, but I'm here to tell you, do not be discouraged, because it's not as complicated as many online fitness gurus make it seem. I understand this situation is frustrating because I've been there. When I first started lifting seriously around 2 years ago, I was totally lost. But now, I'm proud to say that I have shed over 40 pounds. I'm stronger than ever and gained plenty of useful, simple, and effective tactics to achieve a level of health I never thought possible. I will be sharing with you today how I did this and how you can accomplish this through the means of exercise selection, dieting, and finally, the most important aspect of achieving your dream physique, which we'll find out later. I'll start by discussing exercise. Many of you may wonder, what is the perfect workout split? Well, the perfect workout split is one that fits your schedule and one that you enjoy. Don't be too ambitious or set unrealistic goals because you're not going to stick to them. Let's just be real. If you only have time to work out once or twice a week, that's totally fine. You can still make gains. But ideally, it's best to work each muscle group twice a week, although this isn't super important for beginners because beginner gym goers have a tendency to gain muscle a lot faster than people who have been in the gym more consistently. If your goal is to continue getting bigger and stronger, just add volume. According to the Journal of Applied Physiology, an increase in exercise volume will yield better strength and muscle growth results. Make sure when selecting exercises, pick ones that have a good stretch and are easy to progress on. Now, why is this important? Studies show that the most hypertrophic, which means muscle building, exercises are the ones that have the greatest tension in the stretched position. And by easy to progress on, I simply mean movements you can add volume and weight to over time, which is pretty easy to do because you can basically do this with any exercise. Some examples that possess both of these qualities include Bayesian cable curls, barbell skull crushers, pec deck flies, or just any variation of pectoral fly, and a good deep squat. Another important aspect of training that can be very confusing is rep ranges. How many reps should I be doing and how many sets of reps should I be doing? All that kind of stuff. It's been shown that the best rep range is actually quite the range. You can make solid gains doing anywhere from 6 to even 30 to 50 reps, which is crazy. As long as you're pushing yourself and getting enough rest, gains are inevitable. Now, as for sets, ideally shoot for 10 to 20 sets per muscle group per week, but if you're limited on time, 4 sets per week is still proven to show enough solid muscle improvement. Now, what are the most common and effective training splits? One of the most popular is push-pull legs, and it runs 6 days a week. On push day, you train the muscles you use to push, such as your chest, your triceps, and your shoulders. Some good exercises for these include the bench press, obviously, overhead cable tricep extensions. Oh wait, did I have examples of these? I don't think I did. It's okay. You can just look them up. Tricep extensions and lateral raises. The next day, you work the muscles you use to pull, which are your back, your biceps, and your rear delts. Exercises like pull-ups, preacher curls, and rear delt cable flies should do the trick. On legs, you obviously train your legs, which consists of your glutes, quads, hamstrings, and calves. Make sure to do some leg extensions, hip thrusts, leg curls, and calf raises, and also do some squats for a great compound movement that hits a majority of those muscles in a single movement. For this split, you can focus on training muscles individually to maximize overall hypertrophy and leave none lagging behind. The downside is that 6 days is kind of a lot and may not leave many of you time to do the other important things in life. And you're all college students, and so am I, so this might not be the most ideal set for you. The split that I am currently running is an upper-lower split. There are 2 variants, 4 days a week and 5 days a week. I currently do the 5-day version, which consists of 3 upper body days and 2 leg days. In the 4-day split, you do 2 days per muscle group. On upper days, train muscles in your upper body like your chest, your arms, your shoulders, your back, and yeah, that's it. On lower days, you train your legs and your abs. Honestly, it doesn't matter that much when you put abs in your workout just as long as you make sure to train them, because they're very important. This is a great split for those who can still lift fairly often, but not as much as maybe 6 times per week. The third is a full body split, which you can do 2 to 3 times a week. This one is pretty self-explanatory. You train every muscle group in your body on these days. This one is great for those who have limited time but still want solid gains throughout the week. You will need to do some compound movements though, so you aren't in the gym for way too long, unless you really want to be. The next big topic is diet. The first step in determining your diet plan is deciding what your goal is. If you want to gain weight, then you should go on a bulk. If you want to lose weight, then go on a cut. Use a free online calculator and determine your maintenance calories, which are the calories that your body burns relative to your activity level per day. If you're planning to gain weight, add to this number. I recommend anywhere from about 150 to 300 calories. Don't go over 500. I did that and I got really fat, so let's just not do that, please. If you're cutting, subtract 250 to 500 from your maintenance and stick to that number. Download a calorie tracking app. I use MyFitnessPal. Pay for the premium version. It's a little bit pricey, but it's very worth it in the long run. But there's plenty of free alternatives. I recommend weighing yourself on a weekly basis to make sure you're continuing to make progress. Keep in mind that your body weight fluctuates daily though, mostly due to water weight, and your it's just got its own system going on. So you could be losing fat and getting leaner, but the day-to-day weigh-in might make you think otherwise. So don't stress about it. Don't be discouraged or immediately switch up your diet. That's a huge mistake. Just let your body do its thing as long as the weekly and monthly trend is downwards or upwards depending on your goals. Then you're on the right track. If you want to lose fat and gain muscle at the same time, do something called body recomposition. Constant dieting phases can be rough on the body, and maintaining body weight within its normal range is a much healthier lifestyle long-term, and can reduce the risk of diseases, as the Indian Journal of Health Sciences states. I believe that body recomposition is best suited for beginners or those who have taken a long break from the gym and are trying to get back into it. Essentially, it's a small cut with a maximum of 100 calorie deficit. This allows you to lose fat at a steady pace while still having enough strength and energy to gain muscle. What type of foods should you be eating? The key to all of this is a balanced diet. An article from Diabetes Research and Clinical Practices states that balanced diets are associated with a low risk of diabetes as well as other long-term health issues. Your diet should consist of plenty of good sources of protein, fats, and carbs. Make sure that if your goal is to build muscle, you should be eating 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. What I have done before is make a list of all the foods that I like in each category: protein, carbs, fats. I'll make a list and then I just kind of like mix and match them to make meals. So you could do the same. So for example, for protein, I really like beef and steak and all that stuff. For fats, I love eggs. And for carbs, I think oatmeal is awesome. So for breakfast, I'll have a breakfast burrito with some oatmeal on the side. So it's really as simple as that. Just finding things you like. Dieting should not be miserable. It doesn't have to be. It shouldn't be. Eating like a normal human being is supposed to be very enjoyable. And there are plenty of online resources for finding delicious macro-friendly foods, so have at it. Just go crazy. There's tons of cool stuff out there. Be sure to measure the proportions you cook with, though. It seems tedious, but it's important if you want to be accurate in your food tracking. Also, you are human, so junk food is okay sometimes. What I do is I leave a little bit of calories, usually kind of at nighttime when the midnight cravings kick in, and I'll have a few jelly beans or like little candies and chocolates, just because it makes it easier to stick to a diet. Also, diet sodas are great for that kind of thing, because if you can indulge yourself every once in a while, you're not going to crash out one day and just eat everything, which is very bad. Don't ever do that. Now, finally, for the most important thing, consistency. Be consistent. Don't rely on motivation, though, because it's short-lived. You can watch all the inspirational videos and have as many streaks of motivation as you'd like, but they will be ineffective without discipline. Discipline is not motivation. Many people confuse the two, but motivation is fueled by you wanting to do something. But what about when you really, really don't want to? That's when discipline comes into play. Discipline is setting non-negotiable standards for yourself that so no matter how demotivated you are to do something, you have to do it because you literally will not let yourself go without it. Sticking to these standards is the only thing that will create results. It sounds difficult, but that's because it is. Eventually, you fall in love with the process though, and you love the person you're becoming. Once you see who you are turning into, your life will change, and you will strive to keep pushing despite the hard times. Challenges are what force people to become better. Now, hopefully you see that achieving your dream physique is not as unachievable as it may have seemed before. By sticking to an enjoyable, nutritious diet tailored to your goals, choosing effective exercises, and most importantly, being consistent and having discipline, you can transform your body and health in ways that you never ever believed possible, just like I did. Although the initial appeal of this journey is to look better, it also reaps other important benefits. With your newfound strength, energy, and confidence, you will not only elevate your physique, but also your mindset, discipline, mood, and overall quality of life. I encourage you not to wait until the new year or whatever random date you've set for yourself and been like, oh, I'll start then. Just start now. Start today, because the best version of yourself is waiting to be unleashed. Thank you. Oh yeah, my brother was recording the video and he ended it before, but this is my brother and this is my dad. They both watched the speech and they loved it very much.